If you like what you see, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Last time. The inmates conferred, and realized that a coming fight with Warden Ray was inevitable. The disappearance of Jennifer would make him suspect foul play on their part. They decided on a scouting mission, with Alex and Mikey going out to try and get an idea of what Ray was up to. Meanwhile, Peter and Candace talked, and the unexpected leader's concerns were gaining more and more validity. Before he could inquire further, though, Mikey contacted him and said that Alex had been captured. What happens next? Well, now you can find out. Sleepwalkers of Night Realm. Written and read by storyteller BJ Foltz. Chapter 13. Why couldn't it be checkers? We wasted no time. The moment we heard something had gone wrong, we got our weapons and prepared to go out. A few rations, some medical supplies, and we were good to go. You two. I pointed at Mia and Trisha. Keep an eye out here. We're going out on a rescue mission, but anything could try getting in here while we're gone. Take care of it. Yes, sir, Mia said with a salute. Tiger grunted as he pulled a pistol out of his pants. He handed it to Mia. Here, so you're not totally defenseless. I've got another in my dream piece, so... Mia kissed him on the cheek as she took the pistol. Thank you! Tiger growled as he rubbed his hand against his cheek. Never do that again, girlie. Hey, lovebirds, ready to get moving? Candace asked, teasingly. Call me that again and I'm shoving those stupid pigtails down your throat, Tiger growled. Assuming you could, kitty cat, Candace smiled. You two, shut up! We're moving out, I said, holding my bat at the ready as Wendy slid our backpack of supplies onto her shoulders. With that, I struck out. There was no time to argue. Mikey was the closest friend I had in this prison, and he was in trouble. Mikey, you in there? Over, I asked into the walkie-talkie. After a second, Mikey's quiet voice came in. Yeah, I am. Still looking for me? Over. Good. Where are you? I asked. I'm at around front, under an armored car. It was the only thing I could find, and there's sleepwalkers everywhere, Mikey's voice said, his voice breaking down. Pete, I don't want to die. I don't want to die, man. You're not gonna die, Mikey. We're on our way. You'll be okay, I said, trying to sound reassuring. Pete, Mikey's voice said, sounding like a scared child for the first time since this insanity began. If I don't make it, can't find him. Find my family and keep them safe. I know you can. That won't happen, Mikey, I said. There was no response. Mikey? Mikey! Come in! There was no answer. I shoved the walkie-talkie into my pocket and began moving faster. It could be nothing. Mikey could be keeping a low profile or the batteries died. It didn't have to be... that. He's fine, Peter, Wendy said. We'll get to him in time. Yeah, of course we will, I said. I began mentally searching for something, anything, to distract myself from, well, that. Then I remembered a growing concern I had, one that involved myself, Candace, Tiger, and the regressed therapist. Hey, Wendy? Yes? She asked. Do you remember your parents? Your education? Yes, my father was a doctor, my mother was the general manager of a pharmacy. While they were divorced, they still put me through school, both college and medical. And what were their names? What school did you graduate from? I asked. The school... She seemed to be struggling. I know this. I know this. Yeah, of course you do. You know the general idea, but the second you need to recall the specifics, you have nothing. Are you calling my degree a fake? I remember earning it. My thesis statement was... No, I'm not questioning your credentials, Doc, I said. Because, guess what? I got the same from Tiger and Candace. And I'm the same. So, the gangster, the doctor, the psycho, and the loser are all in the same boat. We lost our names, the ability to swear, And now our memories too. All four of us froze in place. I think we all were thinking that. Now that someone said it, everything ground to a halt. Even Candace didn't seem to be her usual, cheery, unnerving self. What? She asked, sounding genuinely scared. Seemed pretty straightforward to me, but if you need a summary... I jumped and swung my bat, narrowly missing Bella, who had appeared right behind me. She nimbly dodged, and then stood upright, as if nothing had happened. Your innocence is returning! What are you talking about? Wendy asked, shocked. You heard me, young. When you returned to your original forms, you lost more than your height. Bella smiled. If it's thoroughly embedded in your mind, it won't just fade, but when you entered Night Realm, you left your old lives behind. Because this is a new world. You can't just stick around with your old lives in mind. You've got a job to do, like win me this game. Game? I asked. What kind of game? Oh, don't worry. We're on the same side of the board. Well, more like your piece is on my side of the board. That's more accurate. Better to be on my side, really. Otherwise, you'd be with my opponent. And who is that? Wendy asked. Don't worry your pretty little head about that, Bella said, shoving a lollipop into Wendy's mouth. Just enjoy the sweets, kiddo. Wendy spat the sucker out of her mouth and asked with barely restrained anger, Why? Why does anyone do anything? Out of pure mind-numbing boredom! Bella replied cheerily. We had lives, I shouted. I thought you were on the up and up, but you just... Lives? You're a bunch of prison schlubs. The loser, the therapist who needed a murderer to help her career, the biker, and the crazy person. There was nothing lost with a bunch of lowly folks like you. You had the chance at lives, but flushed it down the toilet. This is a new beginning. A chance to start over. There's no undoing what's done. While you're sweeping it under the rug while you hurriedly redecorate everything, Bella proclaimed. No need to thank me. Seriously, I only came here because someone messed with forces they shouldn't have. Thank you! Thank you! Tiger shouted, taking out his pistol. You call us game pieces! Is that what we are to you? Just a game of checkers? Maybe, Bella shrugged. I need to cut someone, Candace said, taking out one of her shivs. And I'm thinking it's you. Maybe I'll make your left eye match the right. Make you a little less lopsided. Oh, that's sweet. Candy? Can I call you Candy? Candy, you can't hurt me, Bella said, slowly fading. After all, you're only human. With that, she vanished. Candace and Tiger were pointing their weapons at thin air. I only felt as if a deep pit had formed in my gut. Every revelation given about this just made me feel more horrified. Like we had just gotten dragged into something that we could never hope to understand. Pete? You there? Came Mikey's voice, snapping me out of my growing sense of existential dread. They're moving away, but they could be back. Over. I pulled out my walkie-talkie and replied, Yeah, Mikey. We're on our way. Just hanging there. Over. Yeah. Shooting some jerks sounds real nice. I'm already in the mood, so might as well, Candace scoffed. Then we should hurry up, Wendy said, just as aggravated as Tiger and Candace. The three walked away at a more determined pace. I made to follow, but saw something strange on one of the windows. It looked like some hieroglyphics on an ancient Egyptian tomb, of a burning skull opposed by a red eye and a black blot. Peter! Wendy called. Right, sorry, I said, running after the group, but not before I got a good look at an inscription right below it. La flamme bleue dans la nuit noire. And so, the fears of the intrepid inmates are confirmed. Their old lives are gone, and they're now caught in the crossfire of beings that they don't quite understand. But it doesn't matter now. Only their friends, and not the game they suddenly find themselves in. Find out what happens next in Chapter 14 of Sleepwalkers of Night Realm.